name is Kathy, and today I'll be continuing the discussion on Bach Flower Essences with water violet. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easy to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. When trying to determine which Bach Flower Essence to use, it's necessary to understand the characteristics and symptoms of the essence from a psychological position. This is because the Bach Flower Essences work on the subtle bodies of the human subtle anatomy field. For healing to take place, you need to look at the situation from this different level. So, what are the characteristics of water violet? Water violet is for loners who have problems with human contact. The Bach Flower Essence of water violet is used for people who have problems with human contact, fear of attachment, reserved behavior, shyness, being a loner, arrogance, contempt, coldness of emotions, disapproval of others, and pride. It is used to treat all pathological conditions related to human contact problems. In daily life, it's used to treat shyness, reserved behavior, being unapproachable, and being a loner. The water violet condition is characterized by introverted behavior, mental independence, and a strong need for freedom. When positively expressed, the water violet type is self-sufficient and independent and expresses their individuality. Freedom and independence are the foundation of their existence. In order to keep these things, they will avoid anyone who wants to obligate them in any form whatsoever. These people will spend time only with those who understand them, given their unique views on things. As a result, this happens very rarely. In any case, they do not want other people to become involved in their affairs or help them solve their problems. This is because they want to remain independent and because there are very few people who understand their ideas. These people have an innate extravagance, possibly an unusual appearance, a singular manner of thinking, uncommon preferences, special abilities, or a unique background. Because of these traits, it's found that it will pretty much ensure that they will generally go in their own way to protect their unique individuality. These people give the impression that they need very little outside stimulus, and so this attitude then will allow them even more rest time for themselves. These people are generally a pleasant companion because they bother no one with demands, and they are very tolerant of other people's quirks, and because they allow everyone else to do as they please. When negatively developed, the water violet type loses their carefree, happy tone and transforms into the water violet syndrome. The innate independence of these people can lead to human contact problems or to a cold pride, and their usual characteristics can make them an eccentric outsider. The sensitive independence of these people can transform the water violet type into an unhappy, shy person filled with complexes. The desire to be alone drives them into a painful loneliness and makes it impossible for them to accept human companionship or gifts or advice. They will then reduce their contact with other people more and more, either by an active withdrawal or by a passive retreat into themselves, thus alienating them from the rest of society. This retreat can have a truly irritating effect on even the most good-natured of their friends, as they just don't get it. The water violet type feels that an unsympathetic and uncomprehending environment has forced them to be the way they are. It is very common to find water violet syndrome people at work in outsiders, rootless people, recluses, or with people who are cool and keep their distance. The impression is given that they don't want to be the way they are, but circumstances forced the role of the outsider upon them and offered them a chance for survival. It will also be found that this situation is present in loner children who misunderstand themselves and feel compelled to act in a way that is not natural to them, choosing to seek their salvation instead by retreating into themselves. The Bach Flower Essence of water violet is the essence used to treat problems with human contact issues. It helps to make us more sociable, more open and friendlier to other people, and it works against loneliness. It is particularly helpful, especially in children, when negative circumstances or a developing illness makes them shy away from people and become antisocial. It is also indicated in cases of unnatural pride, arrogance, or excessive reserve, since these are often neurotic defense mechanisms. An interest in other people and the need to exchange thoughts and feelings with them are fundamental characteristics of the human spirit and essential for our psychic health. Contact with other people enriches us by exposing us to new ideas and information, and it stimulates our emotions. Above all, though, it serves our developing consciousness. The people in our lives are reflections of ourselves. They react to our behavior like an echo, and all the qualities we see in them are counterparts of our own. The need for communication varies from one person to the next. While an extrovert needs human contact as much as he needs air, an introvert might need only a limited amount. While the extrovert merely stores his impressions, the introvert goes straight to the depths of their psyches where they are distilled. The more attention and energy they must devote to this process, the less they are able to take in new impressions, and their psyche essentially shuts itself down to them. And so they become less social, and ends up wanting only to be alone, much like an animal that has just eaten will seek a quiet place to digest. The water violet type is introverted by nature and needs this downtime more than most. When they're bombarded with too many impressions or influences, they will begin to withdraw as a protective mechanism. Under very difficult circumstances such as severe shock, an injury, or a major disappointment, this withdrawal can take on pathological proportions and lead to extremely cold and isolated behavior. At this point, they can no longer distinguish between those influences that are useful and those that are harmful. And for this reason, they will limit the amount of contact that they will allow themselves to have, much more than they would like and more than is actually good for them. At this point, they will avoid everyone, become taciturn, sullen, lonesome, and unhappy. Sometimes you'll see this happening at the onset of an illness. In this case, it's not uncommon to find patients answering in monosyllabic responses and express withdrawn behavior and have a need to be alone. These are all signs that there is an internal problem that must be worked through, not in a dialogue with others, but in a dialogue with themselves. Illness is a kind of healing reaction that expels all sorts of toxins from the body and attempts to restore order. Treatment for the water violet type includes quiet and rest, a calm understanding, and a constant willingness to communicate. They must reach a balance between introversion and extroversion and be able to have as much contact with other people as they need. Anything more than they must learn to withstand lightly. Some common combinations of water violet with other Bach flower essences are as follows. Combined with agrimony, it helps with interpersonal problems due to a lack of openness. Combined with aspen, it helps with human contact difficulties caused by vague fears. Combined with beech, it helps with excessively tolerant yet unapproachableness. Combined with chestnut bud, it helps with closed-mindedness. Combined with holly, it helps with the irritable misanthrope. Combined with larch, it helps with problems with human contact related to an inferiority complex. Combined with mustard, it helps with severe depression and interpersonal problems. Combined with oak, it helps with ambition leading to loneliness. Combined with olive, it helps with antisocial behavior due to exhaustion. Combined with rock water, it helps with a flight from the world and self-castigation. Combined with Star of Bethlehem, it helps with human contact problems due to a mental and or emotional and trauma. Combined with willow, it helps with bitterness stemming from restricted freedom. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, and so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.